You're listening to the Men After God podcast, the show dedicated to empowering men to navigate life's challenges through the lens of faith. In this episode, we'll tackle real-world issues that matter, from leadership and personal growth to marriage, fatherhood, and balancing career and family. Join us as we explore insightful conversations and practical advice to help you thrive as a man after God's own heart.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Men After God podcast. My name is Dustin and I'm here with my good friend,
Luke Sorensen. Hey, I got it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Gotta keep going.
Sorry. Yeah, we got the cue. Anyways, we are here today and we're going to talk about Mother's Day because, guys, it's coming up. In fact, when you listen to this episode, it's 2 days away. All right. It's 2 days away from when this episode airs. So if you're hearing this 2 days late, it's Mother's Day. You need to go get something. If you're hearing it on the day it releases, you might still have an Amazon Prime chance of getting her something there. But today, we're not going to focus on what you can buy her. Although Luke does have some great ideas for you. So I'll tell you what, before we get into our topic, Luke, let's talk about the great ideas these guys could get their wives, their moms.
Yeah, these are deep, sentimental things. So I just want to obviously it's not about the gift. This is about more of just loving the mother of your kids and even your own mom. I mean, just she'll get these. But a couple things. First of all, number one gift idea is this: a coffee mug that says "Mom Fuel" because her actual fuel ran out a couple 3 kids ago. Number two, a candle labeled this. By the way, you could custom make this. This could be a personal acts of service and gifting. Like you can mix two love languages here.
You're
a candle
really
that's labeled
love languages.
Yeah, smells like nobody's listening. That's the label of the candle. Here's the scent, though: broken crayons and mystery nuggets under the couch. I'm just saying, she'll feel right at home with this, right? Number three, a framed Bible verse that you picked because nothing says Happy Mother's Day like weaponized scripture. So that's number three. Number four, a love letter. A thank you note written by Chat GTP because, hey, she might cry, so we'll count this. So.
Hey, listen, you could even put on there something like funny to, written by AI, maybe. Or maybe it wasn't, let her guess. Let her find out,
You might even label test the whole sheet. Is it AI written and get the proof that it's not?
Yes.
I'm just saying it's 100%. Yeah. Quillbot, guys. Quillbot. Anyway, a day, number 5, a day of rest where she does the dishes. She still does the dishes because you loaded the dishwasher blindfolded like a toddler. Anyway, and the grand finale, a coupon book with this. Here you are. So you ever gotten a coupon book from your kids? It's, one free hug, one free get all this stuff. So hear me out here. Ready? Number one prayer without interruption. We're going spiritual here. One nap while you actually watch the kids. And one meal cooked that doesn't involve microwave or cereal. And here's a concept for you. Proverbs says, he who finds a wife findeth a good thing. So act like you found a good thing, not like she's lucky that you remembered what day it is. And like Dustin said, may your Amazon Prime shipping be on time. So anyway, same day works. So
same day. You might have to buy a little bit more to get it same day, but you can still get it same day.
Budget of $26.99, guys. You got this same day.
I love it, man. Mother's Day at church is always fun because at Mother's Day, how do the pastors preach? Sweet, kind, loving. No, pastors usually don't get up and rip face or anything on Mother's Day, right? They're not up there getting into it. There's some. I had a lady when I was pastoring. It was my first Mother's Day, and she came up to me afterwards in tears. Actually, she said, "I'm so thankful for your message, this, that, and other, because I usually come to church on Mother's Day to hear how bad of a mom I am." I'm like, wow,
wow. I
don't know whose strategy that was, but I don't recommend it. Now, Father's Day, that's the one where we just feel like we can rip into them.
The sins, the confession.
Yes.
I guess there's so much there. I will say this, my pastor, we were talking last year about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is packed out. It really is one of the most attended services.
Yeah.
If you want, by the way, if you don't know what you're doing this Sunday, take your wife to church. If you don't have a wife, to go to church with your mom. And
don't drop them off.
And don't drop them off. Oh, shambles. Anyway, but my pastor was like, "Hey, I don't preach a Mother's Day message on Mother's Day. because he's like, no matter what, and this is so true. By the way, for those of you that are ministry, you'll resonate with this. He says, no matter what, if you preach, you're always stepping on somebody's toes, because you've got mothers there that are estranged from their kids, or there's maybe there's other things that have happened in the past that they're feeling all the love of Mother's Day, but they're not a mother. He's like, so I just kind of just let it be like the fact that they're there on Mother's Day. Let them celebrate Mother's Day. We'll just preach the gospel. So
hey, there you go. Amen. I like that. Look at this. That's good. So countercultural. Wow, Robbie.
Yeah.
Gonna have to send him a note on that one. Yeah. Oh man. Guys, listen, Mother's Day is important. When your kid's mother is an important person in their life, just like you are. And I want to take a minute and talk to the guys that maybe your life story isn't the traditional family. Maybe you are someone who has a relationship that didn't work out, but you have a child with a woman. And the greatest thing you can do for your children is still love their mother. It doesn't mean you have to be in love with her. It doesn't mean you have to continue dating her. It doesn't mean she takes a major priority in your life, especially if the Lord has opened the door for a relationship for you. But you can love their mother because they'll remember how you treated her, and you're showing them how to be a man, own whatever happened in your life, and still treat this woman with respect, love, and kindness, because she's their mother. She might not be your wife. She might not even be a person you're very fond of anymore, but she's still their mother. And so co-parenting and things like that have got to be extremely difficult. I've counseled, I've been with families that are navigating that. Some do it very well, some not so much. But guys that are listening to this, you can make the choice. Love their mother, even if she's not your wife this Mother's Day. But I want to talk today. We want to talk today about how the gifts, even the amazing ones that Luke brought up, and if you need that list, we might put it in the show notes so you can just easily grab it. Maybe an affiliate link or something, Amazon. Yeah. But you can grab those, and that's wonderful. But I can tell you, there is no gift that you can give her that would replace you as her husband. The gifts are great, but if you're not becoming the man God made you to be for her, or ultimately for him, but that he wants married to her, it doesn't matter what you buy her. So today we're going to talk. Yeah,
can I jump in there to interrupt? The way he said that made it like, I know where Dustin's heart is. Hey, by the way, you need to be the man of God. You need to be disciplined, and that is the best gift you give your wife. What he did not say is that you are your wife's best gift. Like, she does need a Mother's Day gift because you're there. That's not what he just said. Hear me out. And I'm trying to be a little bit facetious, but the concept is that you're engaged. So I want to make sure, for those of you that are a little bit slower in the back of the room, that's what I'm driving home. For those of you that picked up, like, oh man, I am enough. She doesn't need anything else. That's not what Dustin just said.
Yeah, you're walking in, hey, honey, Dr. Dustin Alley, just so you know. So you got to throw the credentials in there. You guys know I don't call myself doctor, but for these purposes, Dr. Dustin Alley said, I'm your gift. You're going to get me shot. Okay. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Right?
Yeah. This is Dustin Alley's podcast. My name is Dustin Alley as well. So I heard the story one time. I think I've told it here before, but it's too good not to share right now. And I know we don't have time, but I'm gonna share it anyway, about this guy that comes home and he'd done this motivational type situation where they hyped him up as the man, and be the leader, no more Mr. Nice Guy, whatever. I don't know. And so he came home and he's like, hey, darling, we need to sit down and have a conversation. We have a new plan here. I am the man of the house. I am the leader. I am the husband. I need you to we got to step up the game here. Like, hey, I got a couple things. In the morning, I'd like to have my breakfast ready, like a full breakfast with pancakes and bacon and eggs hot. By the time I'm ready, I'd like to have my clothes ironed, which means you're ironing them. I'd like to make sure that my stuff is laid out, my laundry's clean, and when I get dressed for work, I'm gonna leave for work, and throughout the day, I'd like not to be bothered. Please don't just leave me alone so I can do my job. And then when I get back home, I would like to make sure that the house is ready, that my evening clothes are laid out, that the dinner is on the table, that the kids have been calmed down, and then ultimately, as we get to the evening, I'd like to have my bath run and have my stuff laid out, my pajamas out, and I'd like to sit in my chair, and I'm going to watch TV for the game for a couple hours, and then ultimately, when everything's said and done, what I want to do is I'm going to finish up my evening, and then who's going to comb my hair? before bed? And she's like, the funeral director. Anyway, so just in the process of it, just be mindful that this is their Mother's Day. You get to do all that stuff for her and not the funeral director. So
absolutely. Oh man, I love that. Oh gosh. I want to go somewhere else real quick because you're talking about that conversation. I can just see my wife like slapping me with that. Luke, what's the worst gift you've ever given your wife? Worst gift you've ever given your wife. Now, I think you're a guy that's like good with gifts because you love people. You can see what they want or need, and I think you're just great with it. So I'm hoping to hear something like, "Oh, I bought her." I don't know. I'm hoping you gave her a picture of yourself and said,
"Oh no, it's
what's the worst gift you've given?" Oh.
So here's the deal, and I'll say this: I've got 2 marriages I'm working with. My first wife, Alicia's passed away, so we'd been married for maybe a year, maybe 2 years. Like it was her real first Mother's Day. So it was a big deal. We had a very, very, very low budget. We had literally had $78 in the bank account. It was Mother's Day. And I'm like, I'm going to go use this last bit of our budget here for Alicia. And she had been planting a garden, and we'd gotten in a rental house, cute little rental house out in Oregon. And we were kind of fixing it up a little bit, and the great landlord. And I got this genius idea because I saw a need and I took the lead, and we needed a wheelbarrow. So I went down to Home Depot. No joke here. Her Mother's Day gift was a miniature red wheelbarrow, and it was brand new. Like this was brand spanking new with shiny tires, and that was her Mother's Day gift. And I'll tell you guys, that was not my best decision. I have thought about my choices for a long time, and I'll tell you what: a vacuum, a crock pot, a blender, a wheelbarrow. None of those things work. So I just want to be mindful. Like, hey, if you're getting her something to utilize, then don't buy her an experience without you if necessary to make sure she has a great Mother's Day. So
mine now so Mother's Day, I don't think it was a Mother's Day. There was one time early.
Always early. You never do this when you're wise and
yeah. I've been married for 18 years now, and I don't even year 3 maybe, right? This was God, it was so bad. Have you ever asked your wife, "Hey, honey, what do you want for your birthday, or what do you want for Mother's Day?" And they've responded.
By the way, don't. It's not worth it. Just don't do it. Just figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't buy a wheelbarrow. Figure something else out.
Go to her Pinterest account. Hello.
There you go. Check her Amazon shopping cart. Yes. So I asked her, what do you want? Do you know what she told me?
Nothing. I just want your love.
Nothing. Yeah. Do you know what I got her?
Nothing. You just nothing. You dork. Do you realize what you've done?
I didn't until I did. And when that day came, and she's like anticipating something. I'm like, "You told me to get you nothing." And she's like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, that's the last time I ever bought nothing for a day. Even Christmas, we're like, "Oh, we're not going to get each other gifts." Like, okay, yeah, we're going to say this every year, and I'm going to go buy a gift. Just so we're clear, right? Anniversary, no, it's about I'm still buying something, not a wheelbarrow. But the worst gift I ever actually bought and gave, Christmas. Like our first Christmas married. First Christmas, was it? Yeah, because we got married. We got married December 30th, so it's our first Christmas.
Like
the following
1932,
year,
33, something like
that. Way back in the day. And back in these times, the Flintstone era, Bluetooth was actually not a common feature on a vehicle to pair a phone or iPod, as some may remember from the caveman days, to the car. And we'd bought a brand new car because we were young and stupid. 2008 Mazda 3 GT. It's beautiful, leather interior, Bose sound system. Way too much money. Really dumb mistake. Moving forward. And she wanted a way to listen to that in her car, listen to her music in her car. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Oh, I got it." I bought a 3.5 millimeter aux cord that she could connect her iPod or her phone, whatever it was at the time, to the car with.
And you're making fun of my wheelbarrow. Hold on.
I am very much so. Yeah. Well, it's because I hadn't told my story yet. So it's the only thing I had to go to. And then I put it in a box. And if you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice I put it in a box about yay big and wrapped it And I'm super excited because me at 19, 20 years old husband was like, I have listened to my wife's needs and I bought a gift to meet them. This is going to be amazing. I told you, you're going to love it. You're going to love this gift. You're not going to believe, because I'm a terrible gift giver. Obviously. I said, but you're going to love this gift. It's going to be great. And she's like, well, I'm building it. Right. Well, so she gets over there and she sits down and I say, okay, close your eyes. So I get it. So put your hands out, and she puts her hands out and I put the gift in her hands and she gets it. I'm like, okay, open your eyes and go to open the gift. She opens her hands to this little box wrapped up and then she opens it, and I'm sure you've heard a sigh of disappointment. That's kind of like what I got, but it came accompanied with, what is it? So in my head, I'm like, oh, she doesn't know what it is. That's why she's not excited. Okay. I'm like, babe, it's so you can listen to music in your car. That's what you've been asking for. I got you what you've been asking for. I was more excited than she was about this gift. And for the last 17 years of our marriage, I have heard about this cord for pretty much once or to 3 times a year. And so, guys, special note for Mother's Day: no cords, no wheelbarrows. And if it's going to be something that she says, like, get me a crock pot, get me this, you better get something that says I love you a little more than for what you provide for our family. Even though she might actually enjoy that gift, make sure you tell her you love her. Because one of the things I want to bring up is a study by Barna Group. It says that, or no, it wasn't Barna, where was this? Gottman Institute. It says that emotional attunement is the #1 predictor of relationship satisfaction. Emotional attunement is not gift buying ability. It means listening, understanding, and being present. And there's no better guy to talk about that than Luke Sorensen. And that's his name, Luke Sorensen. I can't spell the last name. If your people get upset, this is who to talk to.
Yeah. I love the note here. It says you can't Amazon Prime your way out of spiritual neglect.
Yes.
And you also can't, there's a spiritual aspect. Obviously, we are men after God, that we're seeking after the Lord. We're following after him. And with that's going to come the opportunity to love your wife, even as Christ loved the church, right? So there's a concept here. But I would say this, everyone is unique as their DNA, and every relationship is unique. So I want to talk to this point, because let's just say, like, we've been kind of harping on, like, the gift isn't a big deal. And well, to some of your wives, if they are a gift giver, it is a big deal. And this is an opportunity for you to show, do you love her in there? Right now you say, well, of course I love them. I sacrifice, I do like all the stuff you do. I want to just really connect for just a minute with you. If your wife's love language is not acts of service, and you're going to load the dishwashers and you're going to do a bunch of stuff and do the laundry for Mother's Day, they are going to feel that you don't love them. And that's going to hurt your relationship. So emotional attunement is you understanding, what does your wife need, not what do you want. Now, and here's the thing, I'm not really great at gift giving. So whenever I do give a gift, I get really excited about it. Like, if I buy a gift, like, I could buy it 3 months ahead of time, and for 3 months I just want to tell her what I got her, right? That's why here's the reason. You want to know why I do the Amazon Prime like 3 days beforehand? Is because I can't hold in the emotional excitement of what I got her. So when it comes down to it, I have to buy it last minute so that I can I gotta make it, right? So I want to make sure it's real clear in the attunement aspect of it. It's different than just like, well, I'm connected with my spouse. Okay. Well, if you think you're connected with your spouse, but you don't know what her love languages are, and by the way, I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I know the 5 love languages? Great conversation. I'm talking about, do you know her dialect of her love language? And for those of you who are like, what are you talking about? Love languages have dialect. So, for instance, you're like, well, she loves gifts. Well, does she love emotional gifts, sentimental gifts? Or does she love valuable gifts? Does she love bling gifts? Does she love experience? The gifts can show up in a lot of different ways. And if you don't know which one it is, you could absolutely be giving her the gift, thinking that you're loving her, and she could feel very much like, wow, he just got me diamond earrings again. Like, does this guy think that I'm so shoddy that I only care about diamond earrings? Now, for some of you, the diamond earrings would be an upgrade from what you were thinking about getting, the cord. And I want to say, here's my idea for Dustin on next Christmas or Mother's Day. I want you to go customize an auxiliary cord, only get it in gold and diamond, like a necklace. So it can be like like a pendant or whatever. So in reference, so like we can recover, like it can be the I'm just saying, it's a great idea. Great.
Years later, I did it.
Yes, finally realized it. So I want to make sure, like, Mother's Day is this thing where people are like, okay, finally they get a break, right? Okay, so say you do give them a break. They get 24 hours of whatever, right? And then you go back to life of not respecting, not listening, not communicating, not connecting. I will say this for my wife, our deepest moments of emotional attunement is when we are actually listening to what's not being said as well as what is being said, versus me assuming that I've just got it covered. I've checked my boxes. So take it for what it's worth. You need to know your wife, but the only way to get to know your wife is to spend that time together, listening to what she's actually saying. And sometimes it's not verbally. The whole like, oh, I just want your love, I don't want a gift. Well, that's a trap. Don't go there. We know better, right? But the opportunity is, hey, yeah, give a gift this year. And by the way, for those of you like, well, I'm going to get her a gym membership. Bad idea. Get yourself a gym membership. Get yourself a gym membership, and give that to her and just say, this is Luke's gym membership, right? And the commitment that I'm going to go physically be what I need to be the best man I can be for the Lord, but for her. And so the opportunity there is there's so much more. There's so much more than just the checking of boxes. This is an emotional connection. By the way, I want to say this. It is not easy to be in attunement with anybody for long term. It takes intentionality, but the best way you're going to get that is going to be through prayer together, through growth together, through hard times together. We like to say, like, well, we just want to have all these kumbaya and just do a bunch of cool stuff, and like we're just going to be the best marriage in the world. The best marriages in the world are tried by fire. That's what makes them the best marriages in the world. The other ones didn't make it. So there's a lot more to this, that there's a fire aspect of it. If you want your relationship to be deep and be in attunement, go through the fire, grow together, work out together, pray together. And there's so much more. I'm jumping ahead, but go ahead and take it away, Dustin.
No, you're good, man. You're good. You're hitting everything, because we focus on the gifts on Mother's Day, but that is that moment, right? And it's not wrong to recognize mom on Mother's Day, or at any other time throughout the year, and have those gifts. Even for someone who loves getting gifts, if all we're focused on is what we're getting or what we're producing, we put a huge emphasis on being loved for what we produce or what we give.
Good.
And that will lead to heartache, because there'll be a time where unintentionally your wife can be so consumed with life and different things that she'll begin to do what you might do on a stereotypical basis, what most men do, and she'll stop noticing. She'll stop acknowledging. And then you feel disconnected, and then you feel unheard or unseen. And then you're getting upset with her because she's not recognizing all that you do. Look, I'm not telling you don't do a lot. I'm sure in these financial times, many of you guys listening, multiple jobs, trying to bring in income and just to provide basic needs for your family, not even to live extravagantly. I hear that. But if you don't take a moment to stop worrying about what you're producing and stop worrying and start being more concerned about who you're becoming, then you are setting yourself, your marriage, and your children up to see love as something that's only shared because of the value that you bring to a relationship. So guys, take time to notice the sacrifices that she makes. And even if we mentioned the dishwasher earlier, man, guys, and you can have fun with it to an extent. Obviously, you don't want to be mocking, but if you acknowledge your wife in front of her children and about how great she's doing something, and I don't hear what I just said, and look at your wife, say, honey, I love how you put forks in the dishwasher. I don't think anyone could do it better. You start doing your Trump impersonation, like it's just,
you know what would go well with
beautiful. It's beautiful.
You know, go well with that kind of compliment, a wheelbarrow. I'm just want to say, or a shovel for you to dig a hole.
Yep, and you're going to need it. But what I mean is truly acknowledging who she's becoming, and not just. And I don't just mean that if she's losing weight and she looks attractive. Obviously, you want to acknowledge those things. That's the easy stuff to acknowledge. There's not a man in the world I know who can't look at his wife and say, "Honey, you're hot." But can you look at your wife in front of her children and say, "Hey, babe, I want you to know I love you and I'm so proud of you for overcoming, for working, for doing this, for taking care of us and doing it selflessly and all these different things. That takes effort. That takes some thought power. And that takes getting your head out of your phone and actually acknowledging what's going on around you, because we know that that's a huge problem. Let's jump into the spiritual leadership in the home, because I want to hit on this real quick. We mentioned praying and things of that nature. This was the study I was going to mention earlier. Barna Group says 66% of Christian women, this is a study from 2021, say they carry the spiritual load of the home. Guys, that is a problem. Focus on the Family did a study and found that 80% of women surveyed said they feel most love when their husbands initiate spiritual moments, take on household responsibilities, and then go verbally affirm them in front of the kids. That spiritual moment, getting started with that can be difficult. I understand that. Overcoming those difficulties are going to be different for everyone. Praying with your spouse, reading the Bible, talking about godly things. The intention is not to become the theologian of the home, to have these major deep conversations, but to have conversations about Jesus, who he is, what he's done for us, how our lives dedicated to the Lord look, what your children need to expect from you as a man after God. And how grateful to have a woman in your life that's following the Lord with you. So there's a lot of ways you can get started. I think I've talked about it before, praying with your spouse, praying out loud, writing down prayers, sharing them. I mean, just a number of ways you text prayers to one another, just something to get started. Because your wife doesn't just want an amazing gift on Mother's Day or a free day where she doesn't do dishes and doesn't clean or anything. Give her those things. Those are wonderful things. I tell you what she really wants. She wants your full attention without a screen in your face. She wants affirmation, not just for how she looks, but for who she is. And she's going to need your repentance when you've done wrong, not just your effort to try to make it look good.
Yeah. This is good stuff right here, because there's so much here. We could have a podcast on the last three things that Dustin just said. The whole concept of being present and fully present in the time that you do spend together, and have conversation, and not just watching a show where you on your phone or you whatever it is. And there's so much there. But I want to talk about the repentance conversation. I believe based on my understanding, and again I know everyone's different, but I believe that one of the ways that Monica feels loved more than, again, seen, heard, validated, valued is crucial. People need this. But one of the ways that we connect deeply is when I talk about what God is doing in my life. And sometimes it's like this thing that's like, I don't know where to start. And sometimes praying together and there's just schedule and busy, and, I'm working a couple jobs. There's just a lot going on, right? But when we get together and we start to talk, the most joyful moments that we get, where we're really just laying it out there, is where I'm like, hey, this is what God is convicting me about, or this is what God is teaching me, or this is what I'm struggling with right now, or this is what I'm praying about. This is what I'm burdened for right now. I just read the book. We're doing it for our community group, but I read the book In His Steps by Charles Sheldon. It's an older book. If you don't know it, you should. But it's where the WWJD, what would Jesus do concept come from? It came from, and obviously it got turned into a fad and a bracelet. But the concept of asking the question, what would Jesus do in my scenario? Obviously Jesus, the things are different, culture's different, but to the best of my ability, understanding what would Jesus do based on each decision, and then doing it, and the challenge of obedience. And as we're talking about this, she was talking about stuff that she's learning and perceiving and stuff. And there is such an intimacy there when you are able to speak spiritually. Now, I want to talk to those of you that you're like, you don't know my marriage. My wife doesn't want spiritual things. She's not interested in these things. She doesn't go like I'm trying to love Jesus, but she isn't. I want to say I've been there too. And that is difficult, but you still get to. And this creates an opportunity for you to be extremely vulnerable, talking about what you are doing to grow and develop yourself, and to be the best version of yourself for the glory of God, but also to honor your wife. And sometimes that's repentance. You say, well, my wife doesn't love Jesus, doesn't want anything to do with Jesus. Then show her what Jesus is through your life, through your repentance, through your spirit, through your walk with the Lord, through your honoring her, irrelevant of whether she's honoring you and honoring God. Because there are several people that we're talking to. You're like, you don't understand my ex or my wife in this scenario. No, I don't. Jesus does.
Amen.
And if your cross was easy, if your burden was light, it wouldn't be a burden and it wouldn't be a cross. It would just be routine. So look for obedience. I know that's a long rant, but look for ways that you can obey the Lord, and then don't talk about your obedience. Talk about your opportunity and the aspect of this is something that God's allowing you to do. You're not bragging, you're growing, and you're letting them grow with you.
Absolutely, man. Listen, Luke, I'm good after that. I think that's phenomenal. I want to close up right there. So let me say this. Proverbs 18:22. Luke mentioned it earlier. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. A good wife, not a perfect wife. You're not a perfect husband. Don't expect it from her. You can still love her. You can still speak kindness to her. You can still affirm her in front of children. You can still take her on dates. You can still buy her gifts. You could still show up spiritually and emotionally to show her and your children the character of Christ. This Mother's Day, let it be a Mother's Day where, yes, buy a gift. Yes, spend time. But let it be a Mother's Day where you make a commitment to become the man that God made you to be, so that she could be married to the man God intended her to be married to. There's a number of ways you could do that. We've got a fantastic devotion I do want to share with you. It's on our website, www.menaftergod.net. You can find it on there in the shop, and you'll be able to get that. It's a 14-day devotional. It's $7.50. Buy a 10-pack. They're $3.50 a piece. But that's something you can do with your spouse and get started on this spiritual journey together and showing up for her, not just on a holiday. Luke, always love our conversations, man. I can't wait till next week. We're going to start a new series. I'm not going to release what it is. So you got to jump in next week and you'll figure out what we're going to be talking about as we're getting ready to approach not Mother's Day, but Father's Day.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the gift ideas that we give our wives. This is going to be good.
Yes.
No, just kidding.
Yes. Awesome, man. All right, guys, listen, have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. Go buy your wife or mom something. Amazon Prime's still open. And keep becoming the man that God made you to be. We'll see you.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Men After God podcast. We hope today's discussion has encouraged and equipped you on your journey. We'd love to hear from you. If you have questions, comments, or would like to partner with us, please reach out at support@menaftergod.net. Stay connected with our community by liking our Facebook page at facebook.com/menaftergodpodcast. For deeper engagement, join our group at facebook.com/groups/menaftergod and connect with other men pursuing God's heart. If you found value in this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback helps us reach more men striving to live faithfully. Until next time, stay strong in the faith and continue pursuing after God.